Following on from the video yesterday in regards to Tim Steierton, this new revolution at West Ham, the way he wants to shape things up. One thing that seems to have been hanging over our heads for a little while, and there's been a lot of rumours sort of circulating, has been regarding Mohammed Kudus and his future. Now, Kudus is kind of the epitome of what Steierton offers, really, isn't it? He's brought in a really top young player from European side, and we've got him in for a pretty decent price because he's basically like a win-win, isn't it? Like automatically, like pretty much immediately, his value skyrocketed. All we had to do was to show how good he was in the Premier League, and bang, we've already made a huge profit on him. So we bought him for what was like 35 million quid, and now we're looking at sort of 38 million pounds. I think then you're looking at already was it 85 million pound release clause, I think, which activates next summer. West Ham will not be looking to sell Kudus at all this summer. No way at all. I talked about this recently anyway. The fact is that if we've got an 85 million pound release clause for next summer, then for West Ham to even slightly contemplate selling him this summer, it'd have to be a lot more than that. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't be worth it. If they come in and say, we'll give you 95 million, you go, well, is it worth losing him for making another 10 million? We'd rather not bother. And it's very, very clear, and this is from Tim Steierton in regards to Kudus, that he is part of this project. He's made that really, really clear that it's just not happening. Mohammed Kudus isn't going to be sold. I'm really confident in that. I'm not saying I know anything to back that up in terms of firm, but there's just nothing that suggests to me that Kudus is going to be sold. Now, what's interesting is what Kudus has come out and said. So it's basically confirmed that, which is fantastic news. I'm just going to read it now. So basically, he did an interview with the West Ham official website following our defeat to Man City, final game of the season. I think it's fair to say that Lucas Paqueta's likely to go. I think Man City are still very keen on him. I mean, it's so hard to say, isn't it, because of this betting allegation stuff, but that looks to be the case. But Mohammed Kudus is a very different matter. He's young as well. We've got to remember that. He's not a player that desperately needs to be doing. He's still growing in the Premier League. And I'd like to see that he's acknowledging that as well. He doesn't seem a player that's in a hurry, do you know what I mean, to do this and do that. He seems very happy at West Ham. And so basically, this is what he said. I don't want to read the whole interview because he did say a fair few bits, but I'm going to just pick out this little bits he said near the end. He said, thanks to the manager and everyone at the club, it's my first season, but the staff, the coaches, the other players and everyone around the club has really helped me settle in very well. A big credit to myself as well for believing in myself and putting in the effort day in, day out. It can only get better from here. I'm still far off how I see myself performing in this league, but it's good to get the first season under my belt. I have a long way to go, and there is more stuff to come. Now, all right, at the moment when you read that, okay, I've got to admit, when I first started reading, I'm thinking, he doesn't really say much about West Ham at the moment. He just sort of says playing in the league, in Premier League, he's glad to be here. And I was thinking, okay, I'd like to hear a bit more about the club. But actually, I think he had a bit more impressive things to say. So this is what he said. He's talking now about David Moyes. And he said, big credit to the manager. He's done a fantastic job this season. There have been ups and downs, but I give credit to my teammates, everyone who was on top of the season, people playing more or less. He was worried that I think sometimes the language barrier is a bit funny with these. Even the guys on the bench, we all work together. There's a lot of respect and energy between everyone. So respect to the whole team. This is just the beginning for me, and I'm ready to get running into next season. And this is where he ended it as well. Okay, so he said a big credit to them and applause to the fans. Their energy has been immense throughout the whole season. During the tough times, they have always been there supporting us and travelling for the games. For my first season, it's been incredible playing under their voices, sounds and energy because of the big part they play in the game. We promise to come back stronger, and we'll be looking to do even better than this season when we come back. For me, I appreciate there's a lot of PR going on. It's the official website. He's got to say it, but I firmly believe that Mohammed Kudus is staying at this football club for the foreseeable. He won't be going this summer. I'm so sure of that. And as I say, the reason as well, not only have we got the release calls for next summer, okay, which I think, as I say, unless some club comes in and says, well, we'll give you £120 million for him, which isn't going to happen. He ain't going anywhere. But on top of that, you look at what Steierton's been saying, that he was part of the project, this big project that Steierton wants to do. My gut feeling is that what they'll do with Kudus is that they will get him into next season, get the new manager under his belt, get playing a bit of a different system that will suit him better, then aim to strike a new deal. I think that's what they're going to try and do. I know that they did attempt to try and do it with Paqueta, but I think Paqueta's ambitions are to move on. I don't get the feeling that is with Kudus. I don't feel like he wants to be moving on anywhere. It seems that he's quite settled and he still actually wants to develop and do well for West Ham. So this is a really good sign for us. I mean, you only had to see how well Kudus was playing against Man City on the final day. I mean, he was immense. It's had Man City talking, isn't it? I mean, that's the thing. If I was Man City now, I'd be looking at Kudus and looking at Paqueta. I'm thinking, are we going for the right player here? Because he was outstanding, Kudus. I mean, we've got a real talent in our hands. But I think it's very good news. I think overall, I'm really pleased to hear that. I think it's great to hear him talking about next season. It's great to hear him talking about that this is only the beginning and that how this he doesn't even feel like he's in his stride yet in terms of this league. It's exciting. I think this is a really exciting time for West Ham. I'm gutted we didn't get Europe. I'll admit that is one thing I'm gutted about. I really am going to miss European football, but with the fact we've got a huge summer ahead, with many new players to arrive, we're talking big numbers here. I mean, I know that some reports have said 6, but I actually think we believe it to be a bit more than that at this stage. I think we're talking about 9. New manager, new system, got Tim Steid to lead in the recruitment process. Then you've got the likes of someone like Jared Bowen committing his future. Now Mohammed Kudus effectively committing his future, short term at least, but anyway, he's still doing it. I think it's something to be really excited about. And no, let's bring it on. This is going to be a good summer. I'm very much excited about it. As I've said in the previous video, we're going to be thick and fast with videos. But as far as I'm concerned, there's no reason why next season we won't be playing without Mohammed Kudus.